I'm the last chair of Texas Baptist Committee and got to be chair for several years during Bill's leadership. And I wanted to thank all of you for coming today to celebrate a truly great man who has done some amazing work, dedicating himself to Texas Baptists and the kingdom of God. And we are honored for the opportunity to celebrate him. I have a few opening remarks, then we'll have our invocation, and then we will have dinner. So a couple of little logistics issues first. One, if you happen to slip by the tables without paying for dinner, I know George would like everyone to actually pay for dinner, so please do so. And I made the joke to my father that, hey, Dad, did you pay for my dinner tonight? And he said, you know, son, I don't think you've ever been a time in which I haven't paid for your dinner. And so I paid for his dinner outside just a moment ago. If you already paid, we paid twice, and we need to talk to somebody about that. But you know, it's always the first time for everything. I only have this one opportunity to say my own remarks, so I'll make them as brief as I can. Bill, I want to thank you again for your leadership and for your work at Texas Baptist Committed. My understanding of the story of how you got involved with Texas Committed is as follows. And I say it's my understanding because I may get some of the facts wrong, but I've learned from enough Baptist preachers that you don't really have to get them right. You just have to embellish them enough, and they'll come across just fine. Okay? Yeah, that'll work. But my understanding is my father was the executive director, and he was sending these, columns out, and they sometimes had some very insightful things in them, but the grammar was so bad you couldn't tell. And so at one point in time, Bill said, why don't I help you with this, which led to an editing relationship that lasted for quite some time. That's close. Roughly close, which ultimately led, whenever David Currie stepped down from Texas Baptist Committed, to Bill stepping into his shoes. And he came into Texas Baptist Committed at a time in which so many different things were changing and happening with the state. We had been very successful at Texas Baptist Committed in a lot of the goals that it was trying to accomplish. Some of the fundamentalists had decided to go a different direction, and so the conversation was changing, and it became a very personal, almost a church-by-church level conversation, and Bill led that discussion. And what I was always so amazed with was Bill's willingness to step in and have those difficult conversations, to go and talk with the leadership of the Baptist General Convention of Texas and to say, this is what's going right, this is what you need to work on. And what Bill has always been so good at, it's one of the, if there is an empathy meter, Bill broke it a long time ago. When Bill is talking to you, you are the most important person in the world at that moment. And that's how he makes you feel. You know that he truly wants to see you succeed, and he used those gifts with those personal relationships at the BGCT during his time there. And we just truly watched him through those difficult times really accomplish some great things. And so I want to thank you, Bill, for your time and for your passion, for your true passion for what it means to be a Texas Baptist. Your embrace of the freedom of conscience. You're just one of the most genuine people I've ever met, and I'm very thankful to know you and thankful that you're a part of this story, and proud to have worked with you. There are some people we want to recognize that are here today. Many members of Bill's Sunday school class, Epiphany, was here earlier. I think they were the ones that were delaying, kind of talking over at the beginning. They were chatting, having epiphanies. If you're a member of his class, will you please stand up and let us know how they're here to support him. There are a couple of members of the TBC board here, myself and Charlie Johnson here, who you'll hear Charlie speak of earlier. I think Wesley may sneak in at some point in time. I know he was planning on coming. Some others have vacations and other travel that prevented them from being here. But we're all with you in spirit and all thankful for the work that you have done. And then obviously his family. His son Travis is here. His daughter Allison and her husband Adam are here. His sister Patsy and her husband Palmer, I don't know where they ended up. They're over there. Excellent. And then Joanna, thank you again. Thank you so much for giving of Bill to us and for allowing him to spend so much time and effort keeping some people who needed to be reined in, and otherwise, truly helping people in this state recognize the importance of recognizing that tolerance is a gift from man, but freedom is a gift from God, and working on that tirelessly. Next, I want to ask Matt.
And my niece Stephanie.
Oh, my niece Stephanie. I missed Stephanie. Yes, thank you, Stephanie, for coming as well. Anyone else I missed, Bill?
I think that's it.
Well, I'm trying to keep up in time because people keep bringing more gifts to the front, and we're not going to have time to get through them all. So I'm trying to go. Thank you, somebody, for laughing at that poor joke.